Now we've learned a little bit about what makes the English unique, we can get back to that a bit later. First of all, let's talk to some people from some other countries, find out why they just can't match up.
Hello, I'm Welsh Alan, although lots of people call me Alan Welsh. To be honest, I'm from Wales, you see, which is a lot like the English, but a bit shit in comparison. We haven't really got much comedy. We did have a satirist called Neville Southall, although he became a goalie for Everton, and after that he never really returned our calls, to be honest.
Reading and writing and shit? Nah, it's for puffs, mate. Gentil, allez, we have no time for your humor, your stupid English. I'm not wearing any trousers. And that's the story of how France is different. But if you'll notice, whilst the English have satire instead of revolutions, the French just have loads of revolutions instead of, like, non-edible horses. So... Oh, Jesus. Oh, hi there. Yeah, I just, you know, I just don't understand why you guys gotta be so goddamn negative all the time, you know? I mean, can't we all just, you know, push together for a better tomorrow? Huh? America is different for lots of reasons, but in many ways the pervading notion of the American dream and a general sense of optimism has in the past rather negated the need for so much satire. However, with the last presidency, people like Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert have rather capitalised, have they not?
Scotland!
And that's all the other countries. Now, as we've established, xenophobia, whilst bloody brilliant, doesn't actually give the whole picture. That's right. Me. Now, if we go back to the initial definition of satire that I gave you at the beginning, it says, well, the definition of it is the use of humour, irony, exaggeration or ridicule to expose and criticise people's stupidity and vices. Now, whilst it may be extremely prevalent and relevant in England, it's universal, it's something that we can all relate to, it's something that every human has first-hand experience of dishing out and receiving. Satire is a sort of glass wherein beholders do generally discover everyone's face but their own. At least that's what Jonathan Swift said, but then again he should know. He invented beholders. I interpret that quote as relating to the almost childish nature of some poor quality satire. And if you think about it, it's remarkable how quickly children develop a satirical side to their personality. This develops as a sort of means of establishing themselves within a hierarchy within their peers. I mean, every playground the world over, children mock and impersonate each other to try and establish themselves as someone who is superior to the mocked. Often these traits which they mocked are singled out because their fellow peers and budding satirists are just projecting these images onto them. And of course, Swift notices that a lot of adults never attain the finesse and composure to rise above these infantile forms of mockery. But then again, I saw some pictures of Jonathan Swift in school, and he looked like a right gimp. Looked like his mum shopped at Pound Stretcher, so he's probably just bitter. What a gay lord. Now, moving on to someone who definitely was bullied at school, it's children's bum enthusiast Sigmund Freud. Now, despite Freud's frankly alarming obsession with children's bums, he did say some pretty clever stuff. I'll give him that. In fact, when discussing our human defence mechanisms, he was known to quote that humour is the highest of these defence processes because it scorns to withdraw the idea of bearing the distressing effect from conscious attention.
Which is actually just an elaborate way of saying that humour is a prime...
Did you think it was me? Oh, you dickheads. What Freud was trying to say, really, is that humour is a primal thing, and that a lot of satire can indeed be rooted in these early instinctual feelings and can be seen as just a revengeful provoking of one's target. Although, living in a country like England, a nation historically obsessed with writing and now with, radio, television and the internet, creating any kind of satire that's worthy of publication and analysis can, in a slightly blinkered way, be viewed as a success within itself. And once you've got that platform to stand on, frankly, why not use it to tell people you don't like to fuck off?